Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's live from the Detroit Mush Lab, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Thursday, and we've spent all weekend hanging out, and we're going to spend all week talking about hanging out. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I have something. Let me get the tea music started here. T Q QT music. Here we go. Uh-oh. What's this? U.S. Postal Service touts crackdown on postal crimes with hundreds of arrests. It's mostly about people stealing mail. Criminals are both stealing mail and targeting the carriers so they can get the arrow key access to the blue mailboxes. Letter carriers are on edge after nearly 500 of them were robbed last week. Wow. So they're robbing the postal guys, taking their keys from them, and then going around and opening up all the blue boxes and taking the stuff that's in the blue boxes. Okay. Here, speak right. Thank you, B. Rock star. Good morning. So watch out for your mail. Take care of your mailman. We personally here, and I know Sandy too, we have a good relationship with our mailman. He actually likes us. We make him work harder than anybody else works, anyone else on the block. He brings more packages and takes more packages. No, he doesn't take them. He doesn't take them. One of these days, I want to find a mailman that'll pick up the packages at the house. There we go. So, um, anybody into gourmet cooking? Who's into gourmet cooking? I wish I had time. I wish there's a part of me goes back like chefs are cool. Chefs are cool. Billy D, your mailman's cool too. Who's into being like Herbie's a foodie, Ellen's a cook? Nerd thinks his cooking is gourmet. D. Anderson, good morning. Anthony, well, cooking's one of his greatest joys. This is neat. RX says I can gourmet eat. That's great. Anybody else into gourmet cooking? I wish I had one of those big gourmet kitchens. We used to, one of the houses that I sold, gigantic kitchen. One of those kitchens you only use about 3 things. Jonathan Kay's a gourmet cook. He can make macaroni and cheese whiz. Macaroni and cheese whiz. Okay, so let me ask you guys this one. Who here, be honest now, has ever made a beef Wellington? Beef Wellington from scratch. I can say I have not. Anybody here made a beef Wellington from scratch? I've never even eaten a beef Wellington. It looks like it. I'd like to. Hags, you've never made one, have you? We watch that guy Gordon Ramsay all the time on TV. They always are making beef Wellingtons. Vegas has made a beef Wellington, I believe you. Well, Aaron says I'm watching. I'm get to know it's easy. It's not easy. Oh, it's not. No, it's not easy. Laura, I have always wanted to try a beef Wellington. What in the? Why is that? Is it the name? I want my crust. I mean, I want that flaky outside crust to be perfect. I don't want it to be wet. I don't want it to be soggy. A beef Wellington. You guys are like, Pops, why are we talking about beef Wellington? Well, because Street Glide, our good friend Streety. Carrie, you can make one? Really? I'll have all the ingredients ready. We'll make one. I would love that. I would like that a lot. Seriously. It's the butter in the pastry. Okay, well, why? Here's another one. Scallops. Why are they always having scallops? I've never eaten a scallop in my life. I don't want a scallop. I don't even want to try it. But they're always doing scallop and risotto. What's the story with that? And is risotto really that hard? Why does he throw away like 8 out of 10 plates of the risotto? I can't stand. I've never had one, so I'm sitting here saying I don't like scallops. They're easy to overcook. Risotto, I've made risotto 100 times here. It's not that hard. I'm standing up to say risotto is not that big a deal. They're always throwing the risotto away. Come on. Risotto is one of the easiest things in the world to cook, I think. You guys all like scallops. I'm sitting over here being an anti-scallop guy. Carrie, let's make a scallop too when you're here then. Let's make a scallop too. They're like firm white fish. It's hard for me because it comes gummy. Yeah, that's what the scallops are finicky and risotto takes time. He just wants to make it. I see. So the pressure is on. If you can do it under pressure. I will eat a scallop if you guys help me make one when you visit. Deal? Vegas, I'm feeling like they're gonna be nasty. Ooh. I'll try it though. I have to try it in my old age. I used to be the kind of guy who would never try anything new. Anything. Would never try something new. Oh, I have a good iron skillet here, Herbie. We have one from the Lodge. We have Lodge iron skillet. We don't mess with anything less than the Lodge. Streety thinks that it's important that we learn how to make beef Wellingtons. Beef Wellington. Does anybody want to see? Give me 5 people that would like to see Streety's idea of a beef Wellington. Griswold, is Griswold a good one too, Gypsy? If anyone would know, it would be you. 5 people that want to see. This is Streety's idea of a good beef Wellington. That's why we started the whole conversation in the first place. There's enough people there. There's enough interest. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at it. Okay, this is going to be from Streety.
Stop it. A hot dog Wellington. Now, what are you doing, kid? What are you doing to a Wellington? Mustard? That's not a hot dog. That's a whole mess. Stop it. Oh, no. Stop it. A hot dog Wellington. Now, what are you doing, kid? What are you doing to a Wellington? Mustard? That's not a hot dog. That's a whole mess. Stop it.
Don't be. Okay, one more.
Stop it. A hot dog Wellington. Now, what are you doing, kid? What are you doing to a Wellington?
Oh.
Mustard? That's not a hot dog. That's a whole mess. Stop it.
One more.
Oh no.
Ew.
Hot dog Wellington. What are you
Ew.
doing, kid? What are you doing to a Wellington? Mustard. That's not a hot dog. That's a whole mess. Stop it.
Stop it. Oh no. That would be is that a beef Wellington? Or is that a hot dog Wellington? I have a problem though. I have a problem. Let's look at that tape one more time. We have to look at that tape one more time. How come he starts out smashing it all up and it looks like a pate? And then at the very end, when he cuts the slice, you see the individual hot dogs? Huh? Watch again. Watch with me. What happened? How did they turn back into hot dogs after being a pate in the first place? Okay, hold on. Watch with me. Okay. Pate. Pate.
What are you doing to a Wellington?
Oh, I see. Put two hot dogs on top of the pate. Okay, it's a mix. Okay. All right, I had to pay final attention. He laid the two grilled ones on top of the pate. So he made it grosser. Okay. I get it now. Okay, I get it. Ew. Oh, that was disgusting. Good morning. Has anybody had breakfast yet? Next time I'll warn you to eat. Next time I'll warn you to eat before we watch tea. Anthony, let's pass on that. Okay? All right, that will look bussin'. Shush. You don't know. Jolie, I'm with you. That was, oh. Good morning, everybody. Have you had your hot dogs lately? You know who we met at the Mush Fest this weekend? I was surprised. I didn't know this person was coming. So I get there, and I'm a little... Remember that they had slipped in on Friday afternoon. They got into the house, and Brock and I rolled up there probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock Friday evening. And a lot of people were already in the house, and there was, a party already underway. The Snoop table was well under use at this particular moment when we walked in. And it was so beautiful to see some of the friend faces that I knew. And then there were other faces. It was like, hey, I think I know them, but I'll have to wait to be introduced. And it was that fun moment of entering a party when you're just entering and you're, what do they call it? Socially correctly late. What do they call that? When you're, what do they call that? When you do it on purpose. You go to a party, but you're always like half hour late, so you're the last one to go in. Fashionably late. Thank you, Happy. Fashionably late. Right, Niffy? So, Pops is fashionably late. Perfect timing. And it's, who likes to be fashionably late? Carrie, I know, is always fashionably late. She likes to sort of make a little bit of a grand entrance. All right? We have other people, they're like, oh, no. I want to already be there hiding in a corner. Okay? Gypsy's definitely a fashionably late girl. She shows up all pretty and everything, and everyone, oh, there's Gypsy. Okay? Matt's a prompty. Happy's an early. I do things early in business, but parties, if I'm going to a party, I have to be happy. I'm fashionably late. I don't like to be early to a party. I don't want to be the first one bringing a prize in or like the bottle of wine. Not to a party. Early to work, early to rise, early to bed. But not too early to a party. Party, I need to, you slip in after everybody's a little greased up and things are already rocking and rolling. You just sort of slip on in there. Well, that's how it happened this time. We figured it out perfectly to be fashionably late. And as a result, there's some people in there that I think I recognize them, but I'm not sure. And then all of a sudden I hear, Pops! And somebody's bounding across the room, arms wide open, grabs me up in the biggest, nicest hug. Now this has happened so fast it's a blur. Okay, I haven't gotten a focus yet, right? I'm still trying to, and as I separate the blur from me, the first thing that I notice is, wow, what pretty hair. This is whatever just blurred onto me. Sure has pretty hair. And as she backs up just a little bit, I'm like, these are strikingly beautiful eyes, blue eyes. A short little guy, short little fella, short little girl, I should say. Pops! I just got divined, Niffy. Yep. I got divined. Laura Devine. Didn't expect Laura Devine to be there. Didn't even know she was coming. She didn't give us a clue. Laura Devine did a 8 to 9 hour drive by herself to get there. I found myself, I'm like, I am going to have a Divine party now because Laura Devine is here. Super, super sweet girl. I'll tell you Laura Devine, let me tell you something about Laura Devine, Niffy, if you didn't know. Well, you probably know, because you were there. Laura, do you mind if I tell the truth? Say, Pops, go ahead. Oh, that's neat, Carrie. Say, go ahead, Pops, tell us the truth. It's okay. I mean, Laura, give me permission. Mark, you can't, it has to come from Laura. Laura, you know you're going to say it's okay. Here we go. The truth. Well, everything I've said so far is the truth. But there's another couple, I'm going to give you 2 more truths about Laura Devine. Okay? One is Laura Devine really likes to party. I'm talking about really likes to party. Okay? I'm talking really enjoys partying. Not that we all don't. But every once in a while you find somebody that just seems to, it's almost like you enjoy it just one volume level more than I do. I can tell. I'm having a ball. You look like you're at a concert. She, Gypsy, there wasn't a girl at the party that could out-party the party in Laura Devine. I'm telling you. She partied all the girls under the party table. She can party. And I'm not telling you in a bad way. I'm not acting like she was out of control. She wasn't. She's a party. She can party. There's one more thing about Laura. RX, you would have liked it. She would have out-partied you. Okay? But there's one thing that you guys, there's a final thing. Laura Devine, so I hope this isn't going to hurt anybody's feelings, especially Laura, but it's a fact. Do you know what it's like when you have a volume button? Certain people you can go up to, it doesn't matter. Like you could tell them scream at the top of their voice and you could barely hear them. There's certain people who are just like, their volume only goes to about here. Right? And you're just like, what? And I'm talking as loud as I can. Right? You know those people. Kind of a softer voice and
Kind of like me, right?
just like you.
Like me.
Yeah, or you just are always asking them, would you speak up, please? Yeah. Well, Laura Devine's volume button, if we stop at a 10, Laura's able to take hers up to a 12. Laura has a specific skill level of being able to take her volume from a 10 to a 12. But there's something that's really unique about it. I was watching, I was listening. You know what happens when Laura goes from like a 10 to a 12? She has a special, unique ability. She turns everybody else's volume up button up at the same time. Like all she has to do is turn hers up, and everyone around hers turns up automatically. I've never seen anything quite like it. Like if I'm talking along, it's talking along, all of a sudden I'm talking. All of a sudden everybody's talking about the same level. Laura Devine. Laura the Amplifier, CCS. I'm not making fun of her for it. It's a unique skill. And the only thing, here was the advantage that you found. Her volume button is right here on top of her head. Underneath that pretty hair, Niffy. All you have to do to get her to calm, to like bring the volume up, just go up there, go turn it, and she brings it down. I'm teasing the heck out of Laura. Laura was really loud because she was having such a good time. And I apologize to you right now, Laura, because I actually had to go to you and be stern-voiced, Pops, and say, can we please bring the volume down? It's after midnight. The cops have already been here. We need to blah, blah, blah. And Laura was so sweet. And Laura was so kind. And then the next day, Saturday morning, off to hiking, doing everything. I like Laura Devine, really like Laura Devine. And Laura, I'm teasing you quite a bit. Even though when you do party, you are a little volumatic, okay? And you worked on it. Thank you, doll. Anybody else enjoy Laura Devine's presence at the party? I sure did. Okay, Laura, you okay? Laura was the life of the party. She basically wore the lampshade. Laura wore the lampshade. And we loved her. There isn't one person that doesn't love Laura Devine. Afro Kimchi. Her laugh is contagious. I agree with you, Carrie. Laura, please come to the next Mush Fest. It'll be closer to you. I want more people to meet you. And I'm really, really glad that you found us and that we found you. You've been an integral part of this, even though you don't pop on every day to say a lot of stuff. Every single day you're able to say goodbye to me. And I look forward to saying, have a divine day. I truly do. Thank you, sweetie. We have Afro Kimchi. Afro Kimchi, James and his son-in-law, his wife's son, Jermaine. Stepson, excuse me. Stepson showed up. Well, I'll be honest with you for a moment there, Cleanie. I was disappointed. I was like, I'm looking around. James, I'm glad to see you. It's great to see you here. Thank you for showing up. And I'm looking over his shoulder, and I'm not really paying attention to James. I'm still looking. I'm looking for James's wife. Last Mush Fest, he brought his wife with him. There wasn't one person in the place wasn't in love with his wife by the time they left. Pops included, loved his wife. So I'm thinking if James comes, he's going to bring his wife again. Well, his wife had things that she couldn't get away from. So what she did was she not sent, but what James came with his son instead. And I got to tell you that James has a specific ability to smile. I have this level of comfort with James where I can sit on a couch next to him and you don't have to talk. You know that kind of person? You don't have to talk. There's certain people you sit next to, no matter what, you have to have some kind of a conversation. I have this relationship with them where our spirits just hang out together. We kind of like the same things. He likes the same kind of things on TV as I do. Or at least we think we do. We can just sit there on the couch and not have to say anything. And I'm glad my friend's there. There's this warm, fuzzy feeling. I was like, and then when he gets up to go get something to eat, I'm like, oh, geez, I hope he comes back. You want me to save your spot for you? That's how I feel about James. And then every time I look at him, he's smiling. Right? Ted and I absolutely adore James and his wife and son. Every time you look at him, he has this, like, it's built in. He's got a built-in smile. It's almost like whatever he's thinking is on his face. Meaning I don't know if he gets evil thoughts. Because his face never shows it. And if you have any kind of conversations with him, he's an engineer, computer engineer. He's being sent overseas to be taught how to be more of a computer engineer. This guy is this brilliant man. Brilliant man. He's not the kind of brilliant man that walks around, hey, everyone, I'm brilliant, right? He's the kind of brilliant man that you have one conversation with, you talk to him for like a couple of minutes, go, wow, I have a lot to learn. That's James. Brilliant, kind, smiley, and just a pure pleasure to be a friend with. Hold on. That's James right there behind Corey. And that's his son that he brought with him, Jermaine. So James, I told you he was smiling. Oh, there's Laura Devine. We just talked about Laura Devine. I told you she was pretty. Look at that gorgeous hair. And if you can see the eyes are like a shiny blue. Okay, so we got James and we have Jermaine. Jermaine, unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of chance to talk to Jermaine. Jermaine's what? How old's Jermaine? In his early 20s, you guys? Jermaine in his early 20s, I truly didn't get a lot of chance to talk to him. What I got from him was he's a lot like his dad. You talk about a mellow dude. I went by him at least 2 or 3 times because he's sitting there like really not doing much, but I'm like, bro, you okay? You having a good time? Is there anything I can get for you? He goes, I'm having a great time just right here, man. He was like right in it. In the middle of everything, Jermaine. And I'm really, 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 really glad, because you know what happens when your kids see the parents having good relationships? What do you think? What do you think that does for a kid? When a kid can see his dad being loved up by a ton of other men and women, and then he himself receives it, do you think that that built something in the family? Do you think that that makes them a stronger, better family? My dad's lovable. My dad has friends. See, my dad growing up, my dad didn't have a friend. People were afraid of my dad. My dad was so strict and tough, and even the guys at work, they hated him. He was that guy. You couldn't crack a joke around him. He was serious all the time. My dad never brought a male friend home in my whole life growing up. Not one time did a male friend connected to my dad. He knew a guy or two at the bar when they'd go to play pool in their pool league. That was it. Come to the house, go to a ball game, go fishing, hang out, throw a barbecue. Never happened. So when I see this, something like that, I'm like, that young man is getting a good model father. I'm very, very, very proud to call James my sincerely good friend. His name on IG and here is Afro Kimchi. Ask him why he's called Afro Kimchi and he'll tell you. He's part African and he's part kimchi, wait for it, Korean. He's part African and he's part Korean. I think that's beautiful. He says he has one of those conditions that some Koreans have I'd never heard of before. They really can't drink alcohol. What happens when they drink alcohol is the blood, the capillaries, something happens and they start getting bright red. They start it's a very negative reaction, the alcohol, to their blood system. He's got a part of that, he says. He says, Pop, drinking makes me turn red. So he doesn't have to drink to be one of the coolest guys at the party. Afro Kimchi. It's an Asian thing, right, Carrie? I'd never heard of it before, but you mix that in with his Africanness, and it all mixes together, and he is what he is. Like Matthew's like lucky dog. Yeah, it's sort of an Annabuse thing. I am, like I said, I'm extremely proud to call James my friend. And we've been friends for quite some time. He promises, not promises, but his wife has friends and family near Detroit. So he said, Pops, if you do the Detroit Fest next time, I'll do my very best to get my wife up there again. And I'm like, that's almost reason enough right there to just say, that's it, it's in Detroit. Anything to get his wife to another party. Okay? By the way, very quick throwback to yesterday. If you guys remember, we were talking about yesterday that somebody had left a grow light on the dose table. It turns out that it was Corey, shy introvert. He said as he was leaving Sunday morning, he found it in the trunk of his car. And he was like, I really haven't been using this. Let me donate it to the cause. So Corey dropped that on us just as he was hitting the road. Corey, thank you so much for that. If I'm correct, I think that Daniel Cunningham picked it up. If I'm correct, but if not, it really probably doesn't matter. But what matters is you. Thank you, Corey. Right, Sandy? We're getting dab machines, we're getting lights, and next time I heard that he is going to just leave the keys to his car and he'll Uber to the airport, is what I heard. So, yeah, he's going to leave the keys to his car, it, Uber to the airport, and we'll be good. And then the following party after that, if Trip and Vic comes, she'll get a pony. Okay, so we're planning. Okay, he's just gonna leave his car. Okay, April. We're looking for April. Okay, I would like to meet Trip and Vic too, Niffy. Who else do you guys want me to talk about? Okay, who else do you guys want me to talk about? I'm going to talk about Kim, the Golden Bolden. Kim has always been golden. She'll never not be golden. I don't want to talk about Kim just and have to talk about Mike at the same time, but in a way you sort of have to. They are becoming sort of a couple or something. I mean, come on, the last Mush Fest, they got engaged. This Mush Fest, I think they didn't tell anybody, but they've gotten married somewhere between. Because they certainly act like a married couple, and it's cute, and it's good. They're smilers, those two. Kim has been with my tea crew probably since day one. Close to it. Bringing goodness and kindness, generosity, and intelligence to us. She's never stopped being everybody's friend. Am I right, Carrie? She's everybody's friend. And screw you, Mike. Screw you. Mike makes men look bad. He does. He treats women, Kim specifically, with a level of kindness and sensitivity that I perceive. I watch him. I don't know what he's like behind closed doors. It doesn't matter. He's so sensitive. I'm like, man up, dude. That's like that. No. This is a little flower I'm dealing with. I'm working with her little petals here, Pops. Do you understand? I'm like, just pluck the thing. Pops, this is my flower, Kim. Look how, and it's natural. He's not even faking it. I feel like he's really sweet to her. I don't know what they're like behind closed doors, but I feel like he's really sweet to her. I feel like she deserves it too. I think she's probably really nice to him back. I think she makes Mike feel, let me tell you the word for it. You know what happens in men-women relationships? If you make there's two words. Two words. Security and king. Security and king. I feel like Mike makes Kim feel secure in his caring for her, in his relationship. I feel like Kim feels secure, or he tries. What he gets back is he feels like a king. She can make him feel like her king, the king. That's a healthy relationship. Now, I'm not saying massive, I'm not being chauvinistic by any means. I'm telling you what men need. Men need to feel big. Why do you think we worry about the size of our penis? Secretly. Okay, well, you'll never know about that, but at least make the rest of me feel big. Men need to feel big. Kim is definitely the big spoon. Yeah, that could be his treaty. But when a woman finds the formula to make the man feel big, feel like the king, I'll give you an example. You want me to take the trash out? You want me to, I'm in a relationship. If she wants me to take the trash out, the way to get me to take the trash out isn't by making me feel small. Isn't by telling me, you're terrible, you haven't taken the trash out for 3 weeks. You know what I would do then, Anthony? Sorry, babe, you're not getting it for 4 weeks now. If she told me this, man, I like it how every time you pick up the trash can, your arm flexes. Really? I take the trash out like 4 times a week. Really? How do you, let me go take the trash out. That's all she had to do was treat me different. Do you see what I'm talking about, men? Men, you know what I'm talking about. You want me to take the trash out? Make me feel big. That's how my wife got me folding towels. Right? Oh, you do that so well. But these are keys to relationships right here. Higgs knows what I'm talking about. When moms makes you feel big, you'll do anything for her. When she makes you feel small, usually you deserve it, but you're not about to. And then you know what happens? You want to feel big. You like the feeling. So you're going to make your girl feel secure. You're going to give her some sense of, you will always be there. You'll always be the guy to take care of her. She will never go for want. I got you, and I'll never let you down. I'm flawed. I'm not perfect, but I will never let you down. I got goosebumps. Anybody got goosebumps? Anybody agree with Pops? I know it sounds chauvinistic. I'm telling you, there's hunter-gatherers. We still are hunter-gatherers in our instincts. We're still hunter-gatherers. Those are 2 key words in relationships. I'm telling you, it's all you need. Security. Are you making her feel secure? You're the girl. Are you making your man feel as big as he needs to feel? I feel like Kim does that. I think Kim does a pretty good job of making Mike feel big. I feel like Mike does a pretty good job of making her feel secure. That's what I see from the outside. And that's the part of the message I like. I just turned myself into a marriage counselor for a minute with you guys. Used to do that stuff, you know. Here we go. There's Mikey. And there's Kim. Mike's hair, he's starting to look like the lion on The Wizard of Oz. Okay? Yeah. He's starting to look like the lion on The Wizard of Oz.
Who said that?
Me.
That's not okay.
But that's what he's looking like.
True.
It's too true. Okay? Anyways, he had beautiful hair. His beard's looking great. They look good together. They look healthy. They look... Neither one like had scratches on their face. She didn't have a black eye. He... No bandages anywhere. So my feeling is they're getting along just fine. King of West Texas. I love you guys. Thank you for letting me talk about everybody today. Like, how awkward for you to have to sit there and wait for me to talk about you and you're not sure if it's going to be nice or not. Okay? Kim says, we don't fight dirty. No face or below the belt. Okay, that's good, girl. Kim, God bless you. Thank you for being our friend here. You've been so incredibly, incredibly consistent. And you just bring a lot to this group. Thank you. I want to talk about... All right, here we go. We got to do it. We got to do it. Oh, boy. We've got a lot of people to still talk about today and tomorrow. Okay? Daniel Cunningham. Daniel, say, Pops, tell everything. Come on. Either that or say, Pops, hide. Don't tell anything. Just give him a thumbnail, Pops, and quick, move on. Either that or do you want me to tell him everything? It's up to you, Dan. I'm going to let you make the call. It's up to you. Do you want me to tell everything? He says I can. Okay, here we go. Daniel is a broken human Furby. People are like, they haven't said anything. Like, what the heck? He's like a broken human Furby. What does that mean? Daniel talks a lot. I mean, not a little. I mean, does the Furby ever stop? Well, isn't it Furby? Doesn't it start talking the second you walk by it? Like, you walk by the thing and it starts talking. Sometimes you could put it away in a shoebox in the closet and it's still talking because it's broken. You can put a Furby in a box in the closet and you can still hear still. You guys can laugh. The people that were there know exactly what I'm talking about. Just admit it, because you got Furbied yourself. Okay? There isn't a person at the party that didn't get Furbied by Daniel. You guys know what I'm talking about. Now, we love Daniel, but we have to say out loud, Daniel's a broken human Furby. Okay? Daniel talks in a low volume. He's not loud, okay? And it's nonstop. What you don't want to do is make eye contact with him. If you make eye contact with him, you're going to have to stand there and be Furbied for a minimum of 6 or 7 minutes. You get to the point where you're just going like this, and your eyes are vacant, and you're just like, I think, yeah, no, maybe, yes, no. You don't want to make eye contact with them. The other thing you don't want to do, you don't want to walk through his sound wave. Because sometimes he's sitting in the chair all by himself. Talking. Furby. Just. And if you walk by and his sound wave bounces off of you, you're stuck for another 6 or 7 minutes. You have to stand there and listen. I know I'm teasing, but Daniel does talk a lot. Daniel has a lot to say. If you really listen close, when you can focus, the string is stuck on hold. It is. But there's so much goodness coming out of him. I want to say that. I know I'm sitting here teasing him. He's got a lot to say. And he doesn't stop talking. But you know why that is? What do you think the reason is? Because he needs to be heard. Because he needs to be heard. Just at the point where you're like, God darn it, I wish this guy would stop yapping. I'm like, no, wait a minute. He needs to be heard. I'm sure Daniel spent a lot of his life where people didn't listen to him, where he wasn't heard. What Daniel has to say is all intelligent, smart stuff. I'm not acting like he's just blabbing nothing. It's intelligent. He has a lot of experience. When I first started talking with Daniel, I thought, newbie. He'd ask for this or that, we'd send it to him. Okay, this guy's growing more stuff than any of us. He grows weed, he grows shrooms, he grows plants. He's very experienced, very intelligent. You don't realize it sometimes because you're caught up in the Furby part of him. Daniel, calm down on the talking so much. It makes people uncomfortable around you. They're going to want to avoid that. Give it 3 or 4 minutes and then stop and you do some listening. Okay? Your listening skills need to be sharpened up a little bit. But boy, do you have a lot of beautiful stuff to say to everybody. And so does your beautiful wife. He brought his beautiful wife, Emily, with him. And she couldn't have been sweeter or kinder or love her husband more. Very supportive couple. I actually felt like they were more like brother and sister. They felt very much more like a brother and sister. But we can all be honest and say, Daniel, you don't have to talk so much. We like you just the way you are. We like you if you just sat on the couch. Trust us. Trust us that you're good enough just the way you are. It's a beautiful couple. Well, if they always say that, Daniel, you got to start listening. Okay? One of these times, just don't start the conversation. Just reply. And this is just a thing for you to grow. You'll be more comfortable in social situations in the future. But I know exactly why you are how you are. You need to be heard. So final thing about Daniel, because he's just as generous as you can possibly be. Have a good day. Have a divine day, Laura. You guys don't say goodbye to Laura. You say have a divine day. His generosity could be unmatched between Daniel and Emily. Emily has married Michael here. Okay? Michael Brown and Tiffany, who, I'll talk about them for a second. Michael Brown and Tiffany, who live about an hour and a half away from where the fest was going to be, had no way to make that hour and a half to get there. They have driving difficulties because of Michael's medical conditions. So he can't drive. So, who of all people, Daniel Cunningham and Emily, drove by out of their way a little bit, picked up that other couple, and brought them to the fest, made sure that they got there. Again, when I experience people helping other people get there, those are people that I truly care about. You know why? Because it's not easy to go pick up a stranger and put them in your car. I don't even like driving with my friends in my car because I'll follow you in my car. Sometimes I don't even want to be in the same car. I just want to be in the car by myself and I'll follow you there. I don't know what it is about that. I don't want to be stuck in a car with somebody I don't know and then find out that they're a goofball. Now I'm stuck with a goofball for the next 800 miles. And yet when you do it, you find out that it really wasn't too big of a goofball. And you find out, you know what, I learned a whole lot. And you know what, you find out, boy, I spread myself a little bit thinner. I really did something decent and right for somebody. And that's what Emily and Daniel did. So thank you for doing that. It means a ton to me, and it shows me your character. Right, Herbie? And I hope that when you guys come up here to Detroit, you all pick each other up and bring each other. Because there isn't a single person that's gotten a car or picked somebody up that drove them. Well, there is one I know of. One time we had to send the guy back in an airplane because he was a horse's ass. So if you get a horse's ass in your car, we'll just send him home in an airplane. But other than that, it looks like it's worked out pretty good when you bring somebody. Final thought about Daniel and Emily. Not thought, but so Daniel, in his generosity, field sobriety test before a lot of men, right, Kim? That's funny. One of these days, you know what I want to see? And I'm not joking. I would love to see somebody rent a bus or a van. And I'd love to see a van pull up out front with about 8 people pour out. Woohoo! We're going to Mush Fest. It's like the pre-Mush Fest van. Daniel. Everybody that came, almost everybody that came brought something and put it on the toast table. So here we go. I'm watching Daniel. He breaks out a baggie, and in the baggie there's probably 7, 8 spliffs, right? There's rolled joints. And he sets the baggie on the toast table and he goes, these are for free. Anybody that wants these can have them. They have my dad's and brother's ashes in them. What? Yeah, they got my dad's and brother's ashes. We're smoking your dad. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. I'm immediately thinking that he's taken the urn, dipped into the urn, and, you roll in the deal, and you take a little out of the urn and just sprinkle it, and then I'm like, yeah, no, dude. I don't think, and he reaches into the bag and he takes one and he starts smoking it. You're smoking your hard pass. Oh. After a little bit of clarification, No, Pops, that isn't what I did. Because I'm asking him, your dad's in the joint. You put your father's ashes in there. You put, and your brother's. Wait a minute. No, Pops, calm down. I sprinkled a little in the pot that the plant was growing in. Added a little ash to the, for the pH balance of the. Whew. That is okay, I guess. That we can work with, right, Gary? But sprinkly dinkly, dude, Dad, on the, no, okay, no. Sprinkly dinkly, dude, in the pot. We it's awkward. I'm gonna admit, I still didn't smoke one. I don't know if I knew his dad better. If I knew his father, maybe. Daniel, I love you, man. I love you. Thank you for being there. Thank you and your wife. Thank you for making the trip. And thank you for letting me tease you quite a bit here. But I'm also trying to give you just a little coaching advice. You're such a nice guy. Don't be off-putting by talking too much and do a little more listening. But don't ever be less than who you are. We love you. You're not somebody that needs to talk their way in. You're already in. Give me 5 people that agree. Especially people that were at the fest and know exactly what I'm talking about. Give me 5 people. Give me some backup here. And then Niffy agrees. Cleanie agrees. Sandy. Penny. Kim. Jonathan. See, we were there. We know. He just needs to be heard. He just needs to be heard.
I don't know, man. That's how you get ghosts.
What's that now?
With the mom, with the dad and the brother, like.
Yeah.
That's how you get ghosts.
Yeah. Yeah, you end up with like something.
No, I
You
love you, Daniel.
Yeah.
Love you, Mary.
do me a favor, B.
Yeah.
Don't smoke me.
No.
Yeah. Well, don't smoke me. All right. He wants to be on the show. I love you guys. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the rest of you. A whole bunch of you. Gosh, we got a lot to talk about. I love you guys so much. I know who I can talk about real quick. Kevin. Kevo. We'll talk about how he got there tomorrow. But Kevo, what a sweet, sweet guy. So this is Kevo right here. Okay? I'm going to talk about these 2 tomorrow, but these 2 right here picked up Kevo and brought him with them. And why Kevo is so cool, let me tell you, he's our baby. He's our baby. What do I mean by that? Kevo came to either the first or the second Mush Fest 2.5 years ago. And he had just turned 22. Right? He's made almost every Mush Fest since. And he's now 24. He's growing up with us. Yeah, he's a pin collector, and he's doing some fishing too. And you wouldn't think he's 22 or 24. You just wouldn't. He has, like you guys said here, I didn't notice that a lot of you thought the same thing. He's got an old soul. And he just blends right in. And you look around and all of a sudden, Kevo's in here too. You didn't even know how Kevo slip in here, and he's just, Kevo's here. As sweet and good, and we're raising Kevin correctly. That's right. this group is raising Kevin. So we all have a responsibility to make sure that we raise Kevin correctly. Okay? A really, 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 really good guy. And I enjoy his company. And who he ended up hanging around a lot with was Afro Kimchi's son, Jermaine. Jermaine and Kevin. They did their hangout. And it was Kevin, make sure you eat your vegetables. Kevin, do your homework. Okay, so just little Kevo's right here. He's Mizu Mushroom right on here. His name on here, Mizu Mushroom. Good morning, Kevo. So yeah, like you said, hippie kitty. That's terrible news. But like I said, Jermaine and him, they look like they formed a neat little bond, age appropriate. And Kev, you better come to Detroit, okay? Anthony, Kevin, stop smoking cigarettes, okay? Why are we all telling Kevin what he can't do? Why don't we tell Kevin what he can do? All right? He can keep being his wonderful self. He was a great help with the Discord channel, getting everyone together there. I had to make him an admin after that. Really? He got a promotion here? He goes to Mushfest and he gets a promotion. How do you like that? And that's right, he was also the one that ran into the bear. Kevin bumped into a bear, and he had to do a Kramer re-entrance into the house. Yeah, Kevin and Kramer were like this for a minute there. Anyways, we'll talk about some more of you guys tomorrow. He didn't wrestle the bear CCS, but he knocked one over. Okay? He knocked one over. I love you guys. Is this okay? We're going to keep doing this. We got another day. We have another day of yippee yap, pap, pap, tack. If I haven't talked about you yet, I probably will. I'm trying not to do it behind your back. I'm trying to do it to your face. I'm trying to. Is Pops telling you guys the truth here? Who's hearing the truth from Pops? Who's hearing? I mean, it's unvarnished. It's the full deal. You're getting the whole story, okay? Furbies and all. I love you kids. Go have a beautiful day. Boy, if you don't make the next Mush Fest, then I won't have you to talk about. All right? Oh, Jonathan K., you're on tomorrow's list. All right, then. Would you guys go have a beautiful, happy, wonderful day? Take care of each other. Take care of your family. Take care of your kids. Take care of your wife. Take care of husbands. Add security to your wife's life by the way you act and by the way you treat her. Wives, do you want security in your life? All you have to do is make him feel big. You think he doesn't want to feel big? He does. And if he feels big, he's going to make you feel secure. Go have a good day, everybody. Anthony and Carrie and Sandy and Vegas and Mizu, Little Kev, and Deborah Pearl, good morning, and Penny, there's my girl. And Happy Dirt and 5280 all day. And Cleany, love you, man. And Matt, there's my guy, and RX and Silly Gal and Deborah and Chad. And Niffy, have an amazing day, dear. And Daniel, thanks, bro. And Mike and Jonathan K. and married Michael. Thank you, Emily. Anthony Hunt and Free, love you, bro. And Higgs, that's my guy. Cleany, SSW, Moms, I'm jealous. I want more Mike. Mizu, Jolie, Alan, hello, Jolie. Alan, Nerdy. Jesus Christ in Australia, Nipper, Hip Kitty. Sorry about your car, hippie, but it sounds like it's going to work out. Sharon, Jesus Christ. Herbie von Werby Kebab. Herbie, don't hang around with the Furby. Okay, if the two of you, if Herbie was hanging around with the Furby, oh boy, all bets are off. Okay, Jeffrey, there you are. Happy New Zealand Day. Mike and Daniel and Sharon and Mushy. Mushy, I didn't see you here earlier. I would have given you a lecture. Come back tomorrow so I can give you a Pops lecture. Jesus Christ, because I love you. Jesus, Liddy Ladrand. Hip Kitty and Shy Introvert. I'm not leaving my car. Oh, we'll see. Nerdy, Mary Michael, Jesus Christ, Paige, Anthony, have a great day, Nippy and Laddie, and Anthony and Herbie, and Mike in Vegas, and Sharon and Daniel and Mary and D. Anderson D. We never got a chance to fly the plane. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Should I send it back to you? Flying Wing, Nippy, Nerdy, MDK. Mushy, don't give me that look. Don't give me that look. We have a little something to talk about. I love you. The Waz, Shy Introvert. Have a beautiful day. Everybody have a beautiful day. See you tomorrow. Same much time. Same much channel. Out.